Let's get in. This is a good start. Simple question. By your estimation, does he deserve a Nobel Peace Prize? Donald Trump, I mean.
So I would first of all start by, mentioning first of all that this Nobel Peace Prize deal for Donald Trump is an active quest for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
And again, like you did mention, is it, for personal aggrandizement, or is there a good intention in what he is trying to do? First of all, I should state that Donald Trump has been in and around politics for a long time, but Donald Trump only actively became a politician after 2029, where Barack Obama became president of the United States. It's about around that same time where
2009, you mean?
2009.
Yeah.
When Barack Obama became president, that was when Donald Trump started actively seeking or talking about leadership of the United States.
Right.
Another thing too that I should mention is that in 2009, Obama was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize, which again I disagree with. In my opinion, he did not deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. To me, politicians active in office should not be considered for a Nobel Peace Prize until after their service, because again, as a politician and in leadership, decisions can be made. You get a Nobel Peace Prize today, like Obama did, and then a few months down the line, he is invading, he's attacking Libya, he is sending United States troops into Syria, he is actively using American drones to kill civilians in many parts of the world, right? So for me, I strongly disagree with Obama getting a Nobel Peace Prize, and most people would agree with me that it seemed to have been a premature awarding of that prize, right? So again, just prefacing, and we do remember when Donald Trump came into office in 2017. He started seeking a Nobel Peace Prize almost right away, because in 2018 he was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, right? He also got a nomination in 2020. So his quest for a Nobel Peace Prize did not start in his second term. It started in his very first term of office. We could definitely remember the North Korean move, where he went to North Korea and he met with Kim, North Korean president, at the demilitarized zone. I have a little clip of that. I want us to let's remind ourselves.
The first time a
The
U.S.
very
president
first U.S. president who has been in that part of the world and stepped foot in North Korea, and it was very cordial. I appreciated the gesture. I felt like he had good intentions, even though it didn't turn out as he might have hoped it would. Right. So let's watch a clip, and then I'll let you take the reactions from there.
My friend.
반갑습니다. Good to see you again.
이런 데서 각하를 만나게 될 줄 생각 못했어요.
I've never expected to meet you at this place.
That's good. That's my honor. Would you like me to step across?
각하께서 한 발자국 건너시면 사상 처음으로 우리 땅을 밟으시는 미국 대통령이 되십니다.
If your excellency take a step forward, you will be the first U.S. president to cross the line.
I'd be very proud to do that. Okay, let's do it. Come on.
So you remember, Donald Trump made this move in 2018. And then they met, I think, 2 or 3 times, discussing. It was more denuclearization of North Korea, because he was wanting to get North Korea off the path to a nuclear bomb, which I think already had it. But Donald Trump wanted to have them reduce or completely do away with their nuclear program, right? So again, he tried and he failed. And again, during 2018, that is when he got his first nomination after he's made a couple of moves, right? So again, it's not the very first time he's tried it. In my opinion, based on what he did in his first term and based on what he did in his second, he's doing now, I would argue that he is not deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize. I would think that it's too early at this point to try to award him a Nobel Peace Prize. It's premature, in my opinion. Again, not saying that he's not. I can assure you he is doing a lot of he's making a lot of positive moves, and he's saving a lot of lives with the attempts that he's been putting. Right, I'll let you talk about that, and then I think we could move forward. I just wanted to give us a little background. How far Donald Trump has come with his desire for a Nobel Peace Prize. Not sure if he's competing with Obama, or if this is him trying to do good in the world.
Well, fair. Pleasantly surprised by your comment there so far, but I think we agree on everything. That was a good move back in 2018 for Donald Trump to go to North Korea. I thought it was a good sign of peace, and he tried to work out the deal. Ever since that, I don't think anything significant has happened with North Korea. I know there's things happening between North and South Korea, but nothing like threatening the world that the guy used to do. But I don't know if there's any progress there. Sure, Trump, like you preface, is looking for this, and I'm a strong Trump supporter. I'm sorry, but I also know that he has a huge ego. He has a huge appetite for self-aggrandization. He likes to exaggerate things. So, is he worthy of that? I would say yes, with the moves that he's been taking, particularly in the second term. He has already had a lot of proposal from people, suggestions from nations that are going to nominate him. That to me seems like he's moving in the positive direction. Sorry, before you come in, not to.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to talk about those who you think are those.
Yeah,
where do you want to start?
Fair point. That's where I think our disagreement is going to come. Okay, I think the first one that is official was Pakistan, the nation, and this followed his intervention in the recent India and Pakistan escalation that he had. I think there were bombs thrown from each other countries, and a few people died, if I'm not mistaken. So they were at the verge of getting into war. Then came suggestions from. They didn't really nominate it, but they said they will not oppose it. From the African leaders who were just there, and I'm not sure who came first, the Israeli prime minister or the African leaders. I'm not sure. I can't remember quite. Right. Oh, but before that, I forgot. Before that, there was a peace deal between the Congo and Rwanda. They've been fighting for a long time, for decades, and millions of people have died as a result of this conflict. A lot of people have been displaced. They seem to have signed a deal. It was very cordial in the White House. They seem to be on a path for progress. And so that's another point. And then more recently is the Prime Minister of Israel, who officially gave Trump the letter that he was going to nominate him for the Peace Prize for his action in the Middle East, that is going to quell the bully Iran, which I know you probably disagree with that take. But Netanyahu thinks Trump's action, which was the bombing of the Iran nuclear facility, was one of the major actions that is going to bring peace in that region. So very few ones off the top of my head that I can list that have a lot of positive moment in his prospects to be a Nobel Peace Prize winner. I don't know if you have any other to add, but I think our conversation is going to center around this. In my estimation, already these are good positive things. I think so far he's handled the Iran-Israel conflict with a lot of caution and strength, and walking the middle line. A lot, even staunch supporters of his did not believe. Everybody was saying he's going to, and I was, going into that camp, that this might bring us to a third world war, stuff like that. But so far so good. I think everything seems to have quailed down. We seem to be in a better place now than we were 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay,
that's my assessment. I may have missed some.
So I would like us to dwell a little bit more on some of the steps that you say he's made. But before we get to that, I want us to talk a little bit about the people who the states or people who are nominating Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. Pakistan, for example. Did you genuinely believe that two nuclear states were going to get engaged in anything serious without guaranteeing mutual self-destruction? Did you believe seriously? Because again, India and Pakistan this is not the first time they are exchanging gunfire, and they've had a couple of instances in the past. Why do you think this one was different?
I don't know, because Trump said he intervened, and Pakistan they have officially said that Trump's intervention was one of the main reasons that this particular event settled down. So I take Pakistan for their word. I take that they mean it seriously, that Trump's intervention was very monumental in clearing the strife between the two countries. And even Modi is a strong friend of Trump, so I think he also made a comment. I didn't put that out, but they say that. So I believe what they say. I mean, we can go into perspective and what would have happened, what would not have happened. But from what they said, it seems like his action was very instrumental.
I haven't really heard anything from India.
Nothing official
about what it is that the United States did to get them to the table. Again, it wasn't just the United States. I think Russia too is a good friend of Modi. Putin is a good friend of Modi and has connections with Pakistan. So is it really Donald Trump, or is it Donald Trump just the loudest voice in the room claiming the credit? Right? Because again, it will not be the first time where Donald Trump takes credit for things that he might just have been involved in, right? I just wanted to put out, I'm not going to contradict, I'm not going to contradict it, but I'm just going to put that out there. We haven't really heard anything from India about his role, right? And again, I mean, Pakistan would nominate someone for a Nobel Peace Prize. The government of Pakistan, again, it baffles me anyway. But again,
I guess
that is right.
Not to cut you short. I guess I'm very curious. Why does it baffle you? Why is it so unresting for you that Pakistan can nominate someone for Nobel Peace Prize?
The current president of Pakistan got into office through what one might call a coup d'etat.
Yeah.
He got into office under dubious circumstances, and guess who facilitated that?
Yeah.
The United States.
Yeah, the United States.
Yes. So how would he? His name is Shehbaz Sharif, who is current Prime Minister of Pakistan, who overthrew Imran Khan. Right? And the argument or the belief is that he got into office thanks to the manipulation and the influence of the United States. So I don't see any reason why Mr. Shehbaz Sharif would not nominate Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. Again, like I said, right? Interest, and people get into office with the support of the United States. Of course, they would do the biddings of the United States, and for me, that is what Pakistan is doing. Okay, that is that
point. I don't have any pushback because I don't know any of this backstory. All I know is the country has nominated Trump to Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know any background, so I can't really comment to that.
That is that for Pakistan. Let's talk about Israel, and let's listen to what Benjamin Netanyahu said when he nominated Trump. There's a short clip. Let's listen.
To you, Mr. President, the letter I sent to the Nobel Prize Committee. It's nominating you for the Peace Prize, which is well deserved, and you should get it.
Thank you very much. This I didn't know. Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful. Thank you very much, baby.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you. It's a great honor.
Mr. President, is your Palestinian relocation plan still on the table? Is there a plan? Has there been any progress in finding countries?
Baby, why don't I let you answer that question?
Mr. President,
wait a minute. Wait, he's got to answer the question.
I think President Trump had a brilliant vision. It's called free choice. You know, if people want to stay, they can stay. But if they want to leave, they should be able to leave. It shouldn't be a prison. It should be an open place.
Benjamin Netanyahu, that is who is nominating Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. Let's also take a quick look at this. I'll read what Reuters says. ICC judge rejects Israel's request to withdraw Netanyahu's warrant arrest. Why does he have a warrant arrest at the ICC? Can you explain?
Yeah, well, in my assessment, many of these organizations have called Netanyahu a murderer, the leader of an occupying country, meaning Israel. They call him a war criminal. He started wars and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. That's people's assessment. I think that's why he's on the ICC list because they're trying to get him to face trial. I don't know if
and would you take someone on the ICC list a war criminal, a genocidal? Would you take anyone? Would you accept a nomination from someone like that?
Right. Well, isn't the question is already loaded? You already put in the premise that I accept all these things that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I will not.
I mean, you indicated that Israel has nominated, and you seem to be in favor of that nomination. So now what I'm doing is I'm kind of breaking that nomination down. So we don't only look at the nomination, but we look at where it's coming from, who is putting forward that nomination. I think that is where the issue is. I mean, anybody is free to nominate anybody. I know that. But I think what anyone would take into consideration is who is making the nomination and why. So again, when you see Netanyahu, first of all, a criminal in the state of Israel because he's currently undergoing trial in Israel, right? So he's doing that. He is he is a war criminal because he's on the ICC's has a warrant. So for his arrest. So under normal circumstances, if he steps foot out of Israel, again, like I said, under normal circumstances, then they would have to arrest him. Israel, Netanyahu is only able to do what he's doing in Gaza thanks to weapons that are coming down from the United States. And I'm considering Donald Trump leading the United States means Donald Trump approves of the supply and the sales of these American weapons, which the state of Israel is using to kill and to destroy Gaza, right? Would someone like that, again, why does he see the need to make a nomination? First of all, and why nominate Trump? Because I feel like it's two people in the same pot. Someone is committing a crime, and the other person is facilitating the commission of that crime, and then the enabler, and then he turns and nominates his partner in crime for a Nobel Peace Prize. For me, there's really no logic. It doesn't make any sense. And you would agree with me that Israel will not be able to do what it's doing without the support of the United States. Would that be something you would agree to?
Fair. Well, United States and Israel, we have a long partnership that's gone years in the past. So there's a lot of cooperation between the two countries, a lot of military exchange between the two countries. So of course, what's happening there is to a large extent influenced by United States. So the point is, well, I don't know if we're treating this as if the person has already won the Nobel Peace Prize. It's a nomination. So they are just putting names out there that this person has the potential to win. So we are here to discuss what are these cases, what are the people who are nominating, which you have brought forward, and whether it's deserving or not. So I just want to put it in the back of my mind that this is still a nomination. This is just putting in the box.
But we are talking about even deserving a nomination.
Which is still something. But
deserve a nomination. Can you provide bombs and weapons to Israel and then turn around and claim that you are a peace president and that you're working for peace? How is he working for peace in Gaza and Palestine? Can you explain? Because I don't.
Who working for peace? Trump or Netanyahu? Donald
Trump, who is being nominated for a peace prize.
Well, you had a question on that. They asked him and he asked Bibi to answer. What is your plan for the people of Palestine? Are they allowed to leave? Are they allowed? I think Trump are undertaking the plan that he wants to build Gaza after this.
As what? For who?
I don't know. For the Gazans, What was the number of people who have died? There are like 50,000 people.
60,000 people dead.
16,000 people. A lot of innocent people, which is very tragic.
The majority of them are
innocent people.
Women and children.
Yeah, sure.
About 17,000 children have died.
Yeah. How many women?
I don't remember the number, but I know for sure.
Regardless, one child dying from this kind of thing is really tragic and very sad. And again, people who hold my position in these things have to contend with all these charges that we see. How do you balance that? But that's besides the point.
What's the point?
The point I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, Netanyahu remains the president of Israel. Trump is the president. They are nominating somebody. That's for the committee to judge and see if all the death and the innocent life loss and the property outweighs.
No, I'm asking you as an observer, as someone who has been following this for a while. I'm asking you, what do you think Donald Trump has done to better the lives of the Gazans, or to mitigate the killing of innocent Gazans? What has he done to even deserve that? Again, you're being nominated because you're seen as someone who is working for peace, working to better the lives of people around the world, right? What is Donald Trump doing in this case to stop the war and to better the lives of the Gazans? Again, like you said, 17,000 kids, 60,000 people in total.
Yeah. I think he had tried to talk to Hamas to return the hostages, and they refused. Okay, he had a call with them, because really that's Israel's main point: return all hostages that were taken on October 7th. Netanyahu has been very clear about that.
So what is Hamas asking for?
I'm not sure what they're asking for. I don't know.
You were just comfortable knowing what Trump and Israel. Hamas is asking for Israel to withdraw from Gaza.
Okay, all the troops.
And Israel is not willing to do that.
Okay. Oh, sure. Yeah, Israel doesn't want to do that. Hamas doesn't want to.
Hamas is not going to hand over anyone, unless, again, the funny thing about Trump's style of negotiation is that he imposes. He sits with Netanyahu. They make a couple of phone calls. He comes to Hamas, and that's not how you negotiate.
Right.
Negotiation means both parties bring their ideas, their points, their positions to the table, and then you work with them to find common ground. You don't impose, right? What Donald Trump has tried to do is impose terms on Hamas. Hamas is not going to take that.
Well, but apparently it's not working, because Hamas has not released all the hostages. It's clearly not working, because they do not want to.
So what has he done? Really, you're beating about the bush. What has Trump done concretely?
Nothing really for Gaza. What do you want me to say? Nothing. Yeah. So
how has he brought peace to that area? How has he saved or bettered the lives of Gazans in that area? That is the question.
I don't know. I don't think he's done anything significant. I won't stand here and say he's done anything significant. But
so why is he being nominated?
Well, because he did other things in Iran that Netanyahu thinks is one of them.
Let's move to Iran, since we want to talk about Iran.
No. But your whole point is, if he doesn't solve the problem of Gaza, he's not supposed to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
How do you get a peace prize for doing nothing? For doing nothing? I don't.
Because Gaza is not the only conflict in the world. Because Pakistan
conflict that he's resolved.
We just said Pakistan, and then we're going to move on to the other countries that have.
We just agreed that he resolved the Pakistan issue, or did we say?
Does it matter? The point is, Pakistan nominated him. It doesn't matter whether he's. The point is, they nominated him. Doesn't matter whether he has solved the Gaza issue. The point is, Israel has nominated. Israel is a sovereign country. They can decide to nominate somebody or not.
The question is not whether or not they should nominate him. Me and you are having a conversation as to whether or not he's deserving of
the nomination.
Yes, that is the conversation. What do you do to deserve a nomination? Knowing why people are nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, what has Donald Trump done to deserve.
But you're asking me to articulate a point more than the government of Pakistan. You're asking me to articulate a point more than the government of Israel. There's no way I can articulate more than.
My argument is this: that the only reason you cannot fully articulate why Donald Trump deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, or why Netanyahu is nominating him, is because there's no clear evidence, there's no clear fact as to what Donald Trump has done. He's made a couple of efforts, just like he made efforts in North Korea. He didn't stop the war, he just made an effort. So should we nominate people for just making an effort? Or should we nominate and give them the awards for actually doing something concrete? That is what my question is. When Mandela got his Nobel Peace Prize, it was clear why he got it. When he came out of prison and he said, we are not going to retaliate. We are going to build South Africa as a state. There's evidence to why he deserved. Some other president would have said, we don't want any white person here. Pack your bags and leave. Like Idi Amin Dada did and just like, so it is clear why he gets a Nobel Peace Prize. Why is Donald Trump deserving of a nomination? You cannot articulate that because there's nothing to articulate.
I just said the Pakistani government has nominated him. Isn't that enough endorsement by
what the Pakistani government is saying? But you are not.
You're just dismissing their opinion as if it doesn't exist. They are the people in the trenches. They are the ones fighting the war. They say this guy has come and solved the problem for us. Because of what he has done, we are nominating him for a Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know why their voices don't matter. The people who are fighting the war, they are saying this guy is deserving of this because of his action. I don't know the details of what he did. I don't know exactly how he did it. But a government, an independent, sovereign country, has said this guy's action is deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize. Why are you denying them that right to nominate somebody?
No, they have a right to nominate anybody they want. But I have a right to scrutinize the nomination.
That's the point.
And that is what I'm doing. I am scrutinizing the nomination. That is why we are having the conversation, right? So I can scrutinize that nomination. You have a right to nominate. But we also have a right to critique your nomination, and that's what it is that we're doing.
Obviously. And which is a fair point to ask, but you're asking me to articulate a point in Pakistan, Ireland. I
can articulate to you clearly why I could say that he did not solve the problem of Pakistan.
But Pakistan says he did. That's why they're nominating him for the Nobel Peace Prize.
They say he solved. Okay. I haven't read anything they said he helped negotiate a ceasefire. He did not solve the problem. He just helped.
Doesn't matter. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. The people who are involved, the people who this thing is affecting, have said this guy's action has led to peace in our region. We think he's deserving of the Nobel Peace Prize. What me and you are saying is inconsequential because those people you can press me, and which is a fair point to press because I'm just going by what the Pakistani government says. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because
you believe everything every government tells you. You believe everything the United States government says, and you take it at their word. You cannot critique it. No, you cannot do anything with it.
Of course, I can critique it, but does it matter if at the end of the day they have nominated somebody? They through their own action. They weren't put a gun. They didn't have a gun to their head. They weren't coerced or whatever. You suggest that. I don't know. It's possible, but they, as an independent, sovereign country, through their own. Unless you're saying these people cannot really make decisions for themselves, are you saying that they can't decide by their own volition to say this guy because of his action is deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize?
I'm saying what I'm saying is this: the world does not. Pakistan can say whatever it is they want to say.
What they did. You are supporting other countries that don't want and probably say he doesn't do it. That's your fair point, but you're arguing against the negative. The positive is someone has put in that claim, that nomination. Your point is from a negative because other countries are fighting elsewhere. Other countries.
No.
Well, those countries are not denied.
Here is my point. My point is this, right?
Yeah.
My point is when you say you are resolving, when you claim that you've resolved an issue, there has to be evidence that the issue has been resolved. The fact that Pakistan and India are not shooting at each other now does not say that the problem has been resolved.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me, right?
No, I don't. What else says the problem has been resolved? I don't know. What is your measure of that the problem has been resolved?
Do we know what the problem is in the first place?
They are not shooting at each other. That's the start.
Why were they shooting at each other in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe land dispute. Maybe I don't know.
Okay. So if you haven't resolved the land issue, can you say for sure that we've resolved the issue?
Yeah, it's almost as if you come and meet two brothers fighting. And then the fight. What about two enemies fighting for over a piece of land? They are trying to kill, and a lot of people have died.
Right.
Before we want to solve the issues of who owns the land, who's the rightful owner, first of all, stop the killing. That is progress enough. First of all, stop people from dying. You know, you're sounding as if we should not even applaud the fact that two nations have stopped. Two nations who, by the way, have nuclear capabilities and they're going to destroy each other. So to start by saying, hold up, let's start and stop fighting is a huge step. Is it not? It's like you're dismissing that fact. It's like you're dismissing that.
I'm not dismissing the fact. Yes, they are not fighting. But again, because I think the thing about Donald Trump's peace and ceasefire things is he forces a ceasefire which holds for months. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make any effort to resolve the root causes of that issue, and then he moves to the next thing, and then you around, and then they are fighting again after 2 months. Take Lebanon and Israel. They've had multiple ceasefires under Donald Trump, but because the issue is not being resolved, yes, they stop fighting for a week, but after a week they go back to fighting again.
Right. Yeah.
Do you say that is progress? Technically,
stopping the killing, stopping the killing
because they break.
Yeah.
They stop the killing for a week and then they go back to it and start fighting again. Is that progress?
Right. It's better than continuous fighting.
That is my argument.
Yeah, but you just is stopping the progress of fight, even if stopping for a day, the fighting between two countries that are going at each other. Is that progress?
Well, it's temporary progress for that day.
but the point is, it's progress. At least you stopped it for a day, And we all know how politicians
if everybody got a nomination for half-baked peace deals and half-baked attempts to solve, then everybody would get a peace prize. Everybody would.
No, but that's what. Let's not treat it as if he has won the peace prize. It's a nomination. They can turn it down. They can say no, he doesn't deserve it. He's still a nomination.
He's never
but you are arguing as if he's gotten one, and then no, it's still a nomination. People were reviewing and say no, he did not solve the problem. That's it.
I'm saying that he's not
close. But my point is,
sorry. Go ahead.
My point is, sovereign countries can make sovereign decisions for themselves and decide that. So I cannot argue more than them. I mean, that's evidence that someone has done something. For me to nominate somebody is that I've seen the work he has done, and I say this person deserves it, and I trust the Pakistanis. For people who are not nominated, you can go and argue your case when they're trying to vote and say he doesn't deserve this for so and so and so. But right now we're talking about nomination. Someone somewhere on their own volition thinks that he deserves it. Yeah, why not trust them?
Okay. Iran and Israel. He solved the problem.
Well, Bibi certainly thinks that he solved the problem.
What does Iran think? Because you seem to be you seem to be talking. You seem to be two people are fighting, and you seem to be talking about one person. It wasn't Israel wasn't fighting itself. Israel was fighting with Iran.
But
Iran saying, I think that
Iran is most likely saying he doesn't deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. That's life.
Iran saying that he solved the problem. Again, forget about the Peace Prize. Did he solve the problem?
No.
There's another half-baked Peace Prize that would result to fighting after a month.
Yeah.
Again, that's my point. My point is you don't deserve a nomination by siding. First of all, siding with one side, and then imposing a deal. I wouldn't even call it a deal.
First of all, when has America sided with Iran in the last 40 years. It's not happening. Iran is an arch enemy of America. They have stated it as a part of their policy. They want to destroy America. They chant it all the time. They say they want it. So why does it matter if Iran doesn't side with America? That's a status quo.
No.
Isn't that status quo?
You're not getting the point I'm trying to make. Iran doesn't have to side with the US.
Yeah.
But is Iran saying that the US has solved or resolved the issues between
probably
them?
not. No.
Again, that's why I say two people can't fight and then you speak only about one person. What is the other party saying about the whatever peace deal that Donald Trump has put in place? If at all there's a peace deal. Because there's
because we just watched the video of Netanyahu nominating Trump and not Iran president nominating Trump. That's why I'm talking about Israel. Iran probably disagrees with everything that Israel is doing. They probably think Trump is the next evil after Satan. But what does it matter? Israel on their own thing has voted for Trump. Iran will probably disagree with anything that there's no solution. They've made
you talk about the people. I'm talking about the issues. You seem to be talking about focusing on the nomination. I am focusing on why he is getting the nomination.
That's what I'm saying. That Israel has nominated him because they think he has. Because they think he took out Iran's nuclear capabilities.
And is that why we get a nomination? In your opinion, is that why people should be nominated?
Yeah, why not?
You should be nominated for bombing another state.
Yeah.
For no reason. George Bush could have been nominated.
For no reason. No. Hold on.
Listen.
No, but you can't just say no reason and move on. You cannot just say no reason.
What's the reason?
They according to US and Israeli intelligence, they were harboring nuclear weapons. They had built uranium more than the capability, more than 300% their capabilities. They are clearly saying they want to eliminate Israel. They want to eliminate US. So you can't say for no reason.
We had a conversation, and if we did not have a conversation.
Yeah.
Netanyahu, since he got into office 30 years ago, has been at every United Nations sitting. He would bring a little map and say Iran is 1 month into developing. It has been 20 years, man.
I know.
It has 20 years of persistently saying that Iran has a nuclear weapon. Iran every year for 20 years.
Yeah.
And you seem to believe that.
Well, are you saying Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon?
I am saying that following Netanyahu's history, there's no way to believe that it is only now that he got it right. He has been saying the same thing for 30 years. And he's gotten it wrong all through. So why should I believe that he got it right today? That is my argument. Right? He's been saying Iran has a nuclear weapon since I got into politics, since I started following politics. That was more than 20 years ago. Every opportunity he gets, he says Iran is building a nuclear weapon. Iran will have a nuclear weapon in 2-3 days. He's been saying that since I can remember.
Yeah.
So
you are saying, but what is your argument that Iran doesn't?
Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. How
do you know that?
Because the IAEA said Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. Because Donald Trump's
the IAEA that Iran is refusing to inspect their own facilities. Is that the IAEA you're talking about? The IAEA that says that Iran has developed uranium more than the civilian requirement.
They said 60%. Does it say that is a nuclear weapon?
No, but
do you get a nuclear weapon by simply enriching uranium to 60%?
Well, if you had promised that you won't go more than 3% and you're at 60%, and then you're refusing the IAEA to inspect your facilities, what should we conclude? Let's forget about intelligence. What should me and you conclude?
No, you can speculate that they have,
you can speculate.
You think is right, but I can speculate that they don't, and you don't think I'm right too.
Yeah, that's the point. That's exactly the point. You are siding with Iran that they don't have.
I'm not siding with Iran.
You just saying
me and you listen to what's her name? National Intelligence for the United States.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Saying very clearly that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon.
But I came and showed you the update. I showed you the update.
Which update? Which update?
When she said she thinks that Iran is close to that her words were taken out of context. She believes that Iran is close to getting a nuclear weapon.
What does close to getting a nuclear weapon? I am close to getting a nuclear weapon. I am close to getting a nuclear weapon.
I think we're just going in circles here. The point is, why do you believe?
Circles.
Okay, why do you believe? Why? Okay.
And you want to stick with it, but you don't think that there could be a contrary opinion.
Oh,
you
no,
want to dismiss
of course. That's
opinion.
what I'm not dismissing. Why do you believe Iran over US intelligence?
I believe facts.
Okay, what are the facts?
I believe Tulsi Gabbard said very clearly Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. She might have come back and amended and said they were close to. Close to doesn't mean they have.
Okay.
Right? That is the point I'm trying to make. The IAEA, they can claim that we don't have access, but they have been in Iran. Even at the time of the bombing, they had representatives in Iran. What were they doing in Iran?
Yes,
the IAEA had representatives. Grossi has been in Iran multiple times. They have representatives in the nuclear sites in Iran. How do they know where the nuclear sites are?
How do they know?
Because they are reporting to the IAEA.
Right.
Because they are reporting to the IAEA. How do they know that they have a 60% enrichment? Because Iran is reporting and the IAEA is assessing. That is how they know. If they don't have access, how do they know that they've enriched up to 60%? I mean, let's be factual here. How would you know?
Well, because there's something called there's something called intelligence that me and you do not. What is it?
These are reports. These are reports that IAEA is publishing. It's not from any intelligence. IAEA is publishing.
It's not from anything. But you are just arguing as if me and you have access to classified information. We do not. We're just hearing what is.
We are not talking about classified because we don't have access to it. Let's talk about the things that me and you have access to. The IAEA reports are on the internet. You can go to their website and you can read them. That is how I got that information. I read it from their websites.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't see any reason why you won't be saying the truth. But Israel and America disagrees with you.
So America has. So again, you are saying that any state has a right to invade another if they have a feeling that that other state is.
Well, I don't know why you keep saying feeling. We're talking about high intelligence, people that have classified information that we don't.
If they have intelligence, just like they had intelligence that Iraq had nuclear weapons,
right?
And they spent 20 years in Iraq.
I know that I can't argue. So
let's nominate. So let's nominate George Bush for a peace prize.
And that's another good question. Why did George Bush's name never ever come up for that nomination?
Because he was not seeking a peace prize as Donald Trump.
Oh, come on!
Campaigning for a peace prize, actively.
Or maybe no country found him worthy of a peace prize. Or maybe that no country thought he was worthy of a peace prize.
Because Israel is Israel and Pakistan.
No hyper focus of Israel.
These are states better than any other state. You've mentioned Pakistan. You've mentioned Israel.
Yeah.
Congo. I don't even know what they. Yeah. Let's talk about Congo. I don't hear anything from Rwanda. So that's 3.
Yeah.
And a few organizations in the US.
Yeah.
What's happening to the other states, Ghana? What is happening to the rest?
Because you don't need 50 people to nominate you for a Nobel Peace Prize. You only need 1. You don't need 50. You know, why do you need 50 people? When they go and vote, I'm sure these countries are there to vote and say, no, this person doesn't deserve this because of that. But nomination is a good step, don't you think? Nomination.
It might be a motivation for Donald Trump to do better, or it might be a motivation for him to continue to make these half-baked deals that he's trying to make all over the world.
I'm sorry,
and every 2 months, every 1 month,
they go back to fighting.
They go back to fighting. I mean, if that is what it is, then I guess you should get one.
Well, when they go to vote and they'll say, you didn't succeed in this, and they don't have to vote him.
He has not had a Nobel Peace Prize since he became president. I have listed how many times he's been nominated. I have listed how many times he was nominated. 2018, nominated 2020, nominated 2024, he's getting nominated 2025. He's never going to get it.
Yeah,
of course. It out there.
Because we're still a nomination.
For good reason. He's not getting it for good reason.
Of course, that's what I said. Let's treat this as a nomination. We're not treating it as say you won. It's still a nomination. I don't know why I was so worked up over it. It's a nomination. A lot of people are saying that he's doing a good job, and the number seems to be increasing every day.
A lot of people. Who is a lot of people?
Well, but are you telling me that someone who has been nominated consistently
by who?
In the last 10 years?
Again, that is my.
Does it matter?
It matters. Well, one criminal does not nominate the other criminals, and it does not carry. It does not hold water. Me and you cannot be buddies, and I nominate you, and you're going around and you're happy that I have given you a nomination. It doesn't carry water. Yeah. It doesn't.
I'm saying if you're at your workplace, someone who's nominated, that's evident that person is doing better than the rest of the people. It is.
Is it?
It is. As corrupt as the process can.
Your friend nominating you because you are his friend and he wants you to get the prize so you can share.
Well, then other people's friends can nominate them too, and that's fair. And that corruption can happen at workplace, but it is an endorsement that this person is already doing something good just to have them in the pot. It's like saying, "Oh, you're the best player in the world. You're in the first 11. You're nominated for the best player in the world." That shows you're already doing something good, doesn't it? It also shows that you're already better than most people around you. Is it not?
We have a problem in, again, we agree that anybody can nominate, but I think me and you, our disagreement is the evidence that requires that nomination.
But I'm saying my point is nomination is already evidence enough that this person is doing some good. You might not think it's the best thing.
Yeah. What is the evidence? It is evidence. What is
that? The nomination? The nomination?
The nomination itself is not evidence. Something has to back the nomination. That is
because evidence. But that's the point. They are putting in the nomination because there is evidence to back it. If I nominate you, amongst 22 players, you are good for the Ballon d'Or. That means I've watched you play. I think you're good at playing soccer. I think you're better than everyone else that I could have nominated, but I choose to nominate you. It really shows that you are. Of course, the process can be corrupted, but just to be in the milieu of people who have the potential of winning Ballon d'Or, it shows that you are already on a good footing.
Donald Trump gets a nomination from Netanyahu for providing Netanyahu with bombs and ammunitions to kill people in Gaza. 67,000 Gazans have died. Millions of them are going hungry and starving. No medical supplies are getting in, or limited medical supplies are getting in. Doctors are being killed and their families. Aid workers are being killed and buried in an effort to hide their death. Journalists are being killed. Up to about 200 Palestinian journalists have been killed by Israel with the support of the United States. And then Netanyahu, the perpetrator of this genocide, turns around and nominates the person who provides them with the bombs and the weapons that they use to kill. And to you, that is 100% perfect. Donald Trump can get that nomination despite everything else that he's done. Because at the end of the day, yes, I might have done one good thing, but there has to be a balance. You've done one good thing. How many terrible things have you done in conjunction to the one thing you've done? They might have negotiated a peace. Again, for me, this was it was a stunt. The 1 month peace agreement that they had with Hamas before Donald Trump was sworn into office, and a couple of weeks after that, they went back to fighting. And there's been nothing since then. Donald Trump is not rebuking Netanyahu for killing people. He's not rebuking Netanyahu for killing 70,000. He is joining Netanyahu to displace more Palestinians. Donald Trump wants the people of Gaza to disperse as refugees into Egypt, into Jordan. He wants these other Arab states to accept and relocate Palestinians so that he can turn Gaza into a real estate property for himself and you think that when he builds so first of all, let's go back to a little bit of history. It is not the first time that Palestinians are being displaced. with the intention that they would come back when they've resolved whatever, build Gaza, like you say. Until today, they have not been able to return to their lands, and guess who's occupying that portion of land?
Yeah, we're talking about nomination. I'm not sure. Yeah, trying to make your tie the point to nomination.
I'm making an argument why Donald Trump does not deserve deserve a nomination, and why a nomination coming from Netanyahu is something that should not be taken seriously. That is the argument I'm making.
Okay, sure. A lot of people have died, and it's so sad to watch that. I can't reiterate that enough.
So you stop the killing, the fighting, the killing for a month, and then you support the starvation strategy that your friend is using, which is still killing people.
The question is very loaded because they have a different argument from you. They say they are sending aid, but other people are stealing it. Hamas
Who's stealing it?
That's what Israel says.
Israel, at this point in time, Hamas has had nothing to do with aid for more than 2 months. Initially, America thought they could do it. They built a thing in the sea, and they thought they could, bring in supplies through that. It didn't work. Hamas had nothing to do with that. Right. Okay. 2 months ago, Israel said we are going to run humanitarian aid to Gaza. Israel has been doing it, and each time people come for aid, they get killed. You are following the news. Let's not play about the news.
It's like you are. What are you following?
So you are saying that Hamas is seizing aid, but I'm telling you that for the past 2 months, Hamas has had nothing to do with aid. Israel has been managing aid in Gaza and killing people who have come to collect food. I mean, killing them for no reason.
So they come to collect food and they kill them.
And they get killed. Yes. They get shot at.
Okay, yeah. We'll see. I haven't seen evidence of that.
It's in the news. That's why I'm asking you what part of the news are you listening to?
Well, you seem to be siding with Hamas, so maybe you're watching. You are. You actually are.
CNN is.
CNN. Okay.
Siding with Hamas now.